You know, Martin, I think with your incredible knowledge and expertise on this industry and my passion for filmmaking, we can create something truly extraordinary.
You have got it in one, Alexander. So let's get started. So I'm here in Hainan with Alexander, our Haikou-based videographer, editor, and director extraordinaire. And today we're going to talk a little about Moodie Davitt STUDIO, its goals, its philosophy, its beliefs. And we're going to tell you a little bit about how we think we can help brands tell their great stories, and how by doing that we think we can help their business. So, Alexander, great to be with you. I've loved working with you here at the Hainan Expo this week.
It's been quite an experience.
It certainly has. Now tell us about how you go about filmmaking. What's your ethos? What are you looking to do? And when you work with a company such as us and launching a product such as Moodie Davitt STUDIO, what are your ideals?
So it all starts with knowing what the brand's goals are, knowing exactly who their customer base is, what messages they want to convey to that customer, and the goals. Like, what are they trying to do? That's the tough questions we ask first. Once we have the answers to those questions, we can start formulating the story. Because it's easy to get sidetracked because often a company or product, there's so much you can and want to say about it, but having a clear goal, having a clear message gives you like somewhere you can go back to the whole time. So the process starts with having those answers to those questions, which we usually give to the customer. And once we have those, we start formulating the story, structuring how we're going to shoot everything and what kind of shots we need to get.
All right, well, we've shot our first debut film, as it were, or should I say you've shot it.
Hainan.
Tell us about the film, how happy you are with it. It's certainly a landmark moment for the Moodie Davitt report. We're really excited about launching this new division and working with talents such as Alexander, and we've already had really great reaction to that film. So I think we're kind of embarking on a journey here, a little bit of a journey into the unknown, but boy is an exciting one. So tell us, Alexander, a little bit about that film, how it worked, and what you sought to achieve working with a really interesting man and the kind of fruition of his dream that he's created here in Hainan.
Man, Mr. Zheng, he's a genius. It was really awesome working with him. To be honest, going into this world of business and reporting and products, it is quite challenging because nothing has been done before like what we're doing. We're like trying to do something new, which has its challenges in the beginning. So because we're doing something new, it was a huge learning process, and we learned a lot from shooting that video. And it's great because the things we learned will really help us to take the future stories we tell even to another level. Shooting Hainan, we did prepare a lot. We worked closely with Laura and Mr. Zheng to get all the information, and my assistant Mao. She helped a lot to do all the research about the product, make sure all the information is correct. So it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and how pleased, I'm the type of person, we both are, we're perfectionists, you always look at something and you see, it's good, maybe even you get a good reaction to it, but there's always those things you want to do better, you want to elevate it always to new heights. And that's why I'm so excited to be working with you as well. We have the same ideals. We have the same visions, we have the same goals. And I really felt that working on Hainan, that everyone's like pushing towards the same thing. So Hainan, I feel it's a good start, but we're gonna go even better than that. We're gonna elevate it even higher.
Yeah, you said some important things there that I'm gonna pick up on. Firstly, it's not easy being an obsessive perfectionist, I can tell you. I can moderate a conference over 2 days And I feel if I've got one line wrong in an intro or while I'm moderating, it kind of keeps me awake at night. And I suppose that makes me good at what I do, but it can be difficult at times. But in filmmaking, I think they're just like what we do. There's just no room for mediocrity. Mediocrity doesn't kind of belong at my table, and that's why I'm also enjoying with you, working with you. That's the first point. Second, you said the most important word of all, story, right? We are, with Moodie Davitt STUDIO, we're telling stories. All the brands that inhabit the travel retail industry have a fantastic backstory. They're all about craftsmanship. They're all about heritage. All the younger brands are brands that have come from some entrepreneurial genius, entrepreneurial blood, sweat and tears. And those are the stories we want to bring out. Sometimes stories about the land and man's effect on the land, and you saw that in movie one. But it'll also be about the craft, the tradition, the taste, the culture, all of that coming together. We want to bring out those great stories. This isn't going to be about talking heads. It's going to be very different to anything that's happened in travel retail media before. And that's our goal, that's our vision. And I reckon it's going to be a fun journey, Alexander.
Fun, yeah. Well, it's my passion. So I enjoy every moment of it. Every frustrating moment is a joy for me. And I'm very excited because telling stories is my passion. It's something I've dreamed about doing for so long, and it's so great to have the opportunity to do it. And it's something new, and that's a challenge. And you said about the brands telling the stories. People don't know the stories about brands, everything that goes into it. Even the people's personal stories. You had something called like local heroes. Is it local heroes? Yeah. Those stories elevate brands, I feel. Like when you see Hainan, rice wine, you know about 1,000 years that it's been hiding on the island, 6 years of development, finding, there's like only one guy in the whole of China, it seems, that could have helped them actually make the formula and put in all the passion to make it happen. Those stories, it really elevates a product, and it generates interest, I feel that brands, this is a good opportunity for them to find a new way to reach customers and to tell the rest of the world what makes their product so great.
Yeah. Now look, all our readers and now viewers, of course, know me. They know me well over many years, but they don't know Alexander Roux. Tell us how you got into this wonderful world of filmmaking.
Where did it start? When I was young, I always imagined. When I was even younger, when I was in high school, primary school even, I just always imagined making videos, but I actually didn't start until 7 years ago. I always imagined, wow, that would be so cool if I could tell this story. And I always imagined all the different tales I could tell and the emotional journeys I could take people on. But it's only 7 years ago that I actually bought my first camera and started making movies that I don't want to show anyone ever, because when you just start out, it's not great, but you just keep producing, keep making content, and eventually you start to get the hang of it. And now I'm at a point where honestly I feel a bit tired, like creating stuff on my own, and it's so good. It feels really good to be part of a team that shares the same vision, that has the same passion, and that wants to do the same things. It feels really good. Like, it's like you feel all this fire, you just want to keep doing, Yeah. So that's been my journey to now, and I'm so excited.
Well, it's got a long way to run. And what I should also mention to our viewers is Alexander, of course, is based here in Haikou. Now, we all know Haikou, the capital of Hainan province. Hainan has been the epicenter of the travel retail business, for several years, and especially through those really dark days of the pandemic. And we're really committed as a company to China. to China society, China travel retail, and of course to Hainan specifically, because it just plays such a big role in our industry. And to have a team here in China, in Hainan province, is a real statement, I think, by us that we're committed to the market, committed to China. And to be taking this next step on what is now, in our case, a journey that's run since 2002, taking this next step into a really exciting world of filmmaking, not just any filmmaking, real quality storytelling filmmaking, and we're doing it out of Haikou, Hainan province. I think it's pretty important. Alexander, maybe just to close, tell us about your life journey, how you, a South African, and we're not going to mention the Rugby World Cup. That is a condition of this interview.
I'd be very happy to talk about it.
It's a no-go area. All right. But how did you end up on this beautiful island, off the south coast of China?
I've always loved living near the ocean. That's basically it. My journey out of South Africa started in Thailand, and I enjoyed it, but was looking for the next best place, and ended up in China. Was living in the north at first, and wasn't too happy there at that point. So I was looking for a good coastal city that was like vibrant, and Haikou popped up. Found a good job opportunity here, and came here. I've been here for 6 years now, and I love it. Haikou's a great place. Hainan is a great place, and we're based in Hainan, but already have so many travel plans, traveling all over the world next month. So yeah, not just based in Haikou, but the world's our oyster. Yeah.
We'll have you traveling plenty. I think I spent half my life on planes or in airports, and I suspect some of those trips now might be accompanied by you. Well, we've started a great journey, as I said, ladies and gentlemen. Moodie Davitt Studio is born. We've released our premiere, as it were. I'm very excited by it. Alexander's very excited by it. So please watch the film, and please talk to us. If you're a brand, a retailer, or an airport out there that wants your story told in a really compelling way by, I think, people who know the industry well, know the subject matter, and working with great collaborators like Alexander, who are dedicated to telling those stories, showing those stories in the finest way possible. I think very exciting days lie ahead for all of us. Thank you. Thanks, Alexander. Nice to be with you.
Thank you, Martin.